He's trying to turn that.
Very good. And we are live. It is Puka. It is Ryan Aho. It is the One to Go Show. It is the 43rd annual Labor Day Shootout. It is a wrap. Once again. Oh my God. Remember a year ago, the wind? Remember that? Wind. The whole freaking place is rocking. Not the same tonight.
And a little bit of wind. It's a little chilly outside. I'm glad we're up in this booth.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah. But not like 50 mile an hour
Right.
rocking. And remember the swirls in the pits? Remember that? Oh, it was crazy. So here we go. So I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Aho. So why don't you start from the top? Pure stocks first.
Well, actually, I'll just go pure stocks and Hornets. Interesting in the Hornet division, right? Because the first and second place finisher both disqualified. I don't know the details.
Right.
I don't know what. I was texted by some people. They said it might have been ticky-tack. I'm not sure. I don't have any details. But Chasten Finkbone becomes the youngest driver to ever win the Labor Day Shootout. Just turned 13 years old. And his dad, Chad Finkbone, he won the pure stock. So great night for the Finkbones. And Corey Jorgensen was not here yesterday. He went to Rice Lake. He came tonight, decided there was no points for the heat. He started in the back, and he got to Finkbone. There were some restarts, but the 40 was just too tough. So I think that about locks it up for the national championship. Chasten Finkbone, Chad Finkbone, tip of the cap. Great job to them. Midwest Mods, I predicted Tyler Kittner. He was by far the fastest car, but Tyler Vernon had a hell of a race. He was really smart because as the groove moved, he moved around on the track. Of course, Vernon Racing, proud sponsor of the One to Go Show. So congratulations to him. That was a great run. Tyler 1-2. Tyler Kittner just one spot short.
Yeah.
Just was not able to get it done. But a great run for Tyler Kittner. You know, between those three classes, what stuck out to you?
Well, yeah, probably that B-Mod feature. I mean, it was good. I mean, you know, you didn't know. I mean, Vernon was strong, but Tyler was coming, and his home track, of course, and it was like, is he going to make it or is he not? And like I said, Vernon was a little bit too strong.
You know, and the thing is, I feel bad. We talked to Tyler Kittner last night, and he says, man, we got to run right after they farm the track. And if you remember, they farmed it yesterday for the modifieds. It was a one-lane train right on the tires. It was the same deal in the Midwest Mods tonight. In my opinion, right, the Hibbing Raceway needs to farm before the B-mains, so that way they can clean the track off and they can have good features. And kind of a rough deal. The Super Stock was kind of one lane too. And Jim Campbell led the lion's share of that deal. He was making his car really, really wide. Burdick was making a run, couldn't make it happen, slipped to fourth, and Shane Sobraski closed the gap in the 7-8.
Yeah, so talk about that. So a caution-filled super stock feature, but it was a good one.
I got text messages from the Sobraski camp saying, I'm just glad that they did not throw a yellow flag and a checker like they did in Rapids, so we actually had a chance, because they could have. I mean, there was 872 yellows in the super stock feature, you know, and that's what happens, right? When you got 25 cars out there, no B mains, I don't know how to say it without saying it, the riffraff is in the feature.
Right.
You know, they spin out every single lap, and it's like, good grief, get these guys going. And that's the one thing I like about shows that have 40, 50 cars at them, because the ones that are causing those issues typically aren't in the feature.
That's a great point.
So it is what it is. But ultimately, you know, Shane Sobraski and Burdick's still leading the points. Burdick, of course, can win at Superior. I feel like Sobraski's just that much better than him down there. It's close. Dave Flynn's good down there. Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend. And I heard the rumor Shane Sobraski left. I saw him leave.
Yeah, he left early.
He's on his way to Madison. And they run tomorrow, right? So if he goes down to Madison, he gets a win down there, they could be deadlocked going into the Northern Nationals. So that title race is very, very close in the Wissota Superstock. So modifieds, hey, Skeeter Esty,
the sweep.
What a weekend. You know, I picked on him yesterday. It wasn't his fault, right? I mean, he did what he had to do. He jumped. They just didn't call it, but he flat out gave him an ass kicking tonight. I mean, he was
on the high side.
He did.
For an Esty.
You know, and I think what happened there is Belfi was leading, you know, and Skeeter was right behind him, and he was kind of hunting. Shane showed his nose underneath Belfi, and that moved Belfi down just a little bit.
Ah,
And Skeeter saw it coming, and he drove right around him, and it's like lights out, and he was gone. I mean, he was flat out bolted. TRC race car in Victory Lane.
Right here in Hibbing.
Who was the first ever super feature winner in a TRC at the Labor Day Shootout? I don't know who it was. Yeah, so TRC, they've been winning Labor Day Shootouts for a long, long time. We got that one done a while ago. But another thing, Skeeter Esty has now taken the lead. He had 9 Labor Day Shootout wins coming in. He's at 11 now. Pat Doors
10
at
last
10.
night, 11 tonight.
So Skeeter Esty is leading the way in Labor Day Shootout victories, and it was convincing tonight.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he just put them out and held them off. He was absolutely dominant, and you know, I've been racing with the Esties forever. He's the nice one. Sorry, Kelly, but he's the nice one, right?
Sorry, Max.
So the fact is, if an Esty's going to win, it's got to be Skeeter. So great job, Skeeter Esty, and Jay Kittner getting it done.
Oh my God! Yeah, the local guy did what he had to do.
Like he said, the track really helped, and it did. I sat up here and I literally told you guys the top is going to be good with the moisture up there, and lap 10 it's going to lock down on the bottom, and I was pretty close. I don't know if it was exactly right there, but it was pretty close. Pat Dorr was incredible. He started 10th, and he got right up there in a hurry. Then, of course, a wreck took some cars out. I didn't catch what happened, but I don't know if Budasalovic broke or spun. I'm not sure what happened there, but everybody piled up, and it looked like Glenn's tore his air cleaner off. Hopefully it wasn't anything worse than that, but that could have got really, really ugly. But Jay Kittner, I don't know how many Labor Day Shootout wins he has. This is his first, of course, in the late models. And another guy that was there, Derek Vessel, he made a run. He almost got by him on the high side when they went that single file restart. He was working the top hard, but he was. And another thing that won that for Jay was patience and experience, because he got behind the lap car, locked down on the bottom, right? Challenge Series rules, rubber down, you go single file, which is a good rule. And he went down there, he got into lap traffic, and he never got out of line. See, I've seen it many times where they're like, well, that lapper's slow, I'm going to go up a lane and try to pass him, and the whole train goes by. That did not happen. So Jay Kittner, I talked to him last night, he said, this thing sucks. You know, my car's been terrible off the top. Well, he looked really good on the top in the heat, which put him in position, and then on the bottom in the feature to get it done. So, Jay, congratulations on that, too.
Yeah, big win. $4,000. Of course, Daryl Nelson, Structural Buildings, Challenge Series champion. Any comments on that?
Yeah, he got first. Jeffrey Massengill got second in that deal, so 2 northern guys. Massengill he's had a really good year. Not quite as many wins. You know, he started out really strong. I thought maybe he'd have a few more wins, but another good performance at a big show here, so that was great. Good rebound from last night. He got taken out and wrecked a whole bunch of stuff, so great to see him get that fixed, get back up there. I think he got 4th in that deal?
Yeah, he was in the top 5.
He was in the top 5. So great run for Massengill there, which locked him into second in the points. So Hermantown Hammer, who, like he says, I don't keep track of points. I don't look at it. My kids wanted me to do it. They followed it. I did what I had to do. But I'm pretty sure he's going to like that $10,000 payday.
Big check.
Yep.
$3,000 last night. $10,000 tonight. Congratulations. Daryl Nelson, $13,000 richer in 2 days. Yeah, big time.
And I'm happy the weather worked out. You know, it was a little rapids, of course, rained out, and it was a little crappy at the Silver, even though they got it in. But the weather worked out, which was fantastic. I didn't want to come up here and get a rain out in.
Right.
But what's coming up? You know, we got a couple shows next weekend. We can go either direction, right?
Right.
You got the Russ Larson Classic, the Northern Nationals at the Gondik Speedway. You can go the other direction to the Sites Memorial, which is a huge one, 9,200 to win. Plus they have mods and Midwest mods and street stocks, and so they got all the classes in Superior. Lots of good racing. But closing thoughts on the Labor Day Shootout?
Yeah, like I said, the format I think is the biggest thing. We're ending in 5-6 hours instead of 8-9 hours, which is appreciative as a fan. Did everything they could as far as the track. Like I said, it's pretty black out there right now, but that's Hibbing. You know, Hibbing is black. All in all, a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give them a 7. What do you think?
I'm going to probably give them a 6. You know, you can't start with the track rock hard, right? It just is what it is. When you get here and the track's rock hard, you're gonna turn out with rubbered up racetrack. Nobody wants to see that. You know, then they farm it, and there's so many races that were kind of one lane. and it's just because they didn't get no moisture in the track. It's better than holes. It's better than pounding ruts.
Yeah,
You know,
a pound. You're right.
but you know, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's disappointing when you see some good cars that really they didn't lose. They just ran out of laps. They didn't have enough track position there to make it happen. Tyler Kittner's a prime example. Tyler Vernon, I'm pumped that he won, but man, I wanted Tyler Kittner to win that one, and there just wasn't enough racetrack. And as a racer,
sure.
Oh, that made my blood boil. It just made my blood boil. You know, it just pissed me off. But they know what they're coming to. You know, it's not like it's a surprise.
Right.
They get it. You know, it's smooth. And like I said, Pat Dorr 10th to 2nd. So they had 10
Yeah, I mean, he was hammered down.
I mean, and I thought he was going to win. I mean, he came up there like quick, and he's been on the podium like every single special. Pat Dorr is definitely, out of all the late model drivers around, he's the guy to keep an eye on the rest of the year.
Sure.
Like, he's my prediction, right, for winning the Russ Larson Classic. That's my prediction to win in Superior next week is Pat Dorr.
Well, like you said, as soon as it rubbered, I mean, he was on Jay's bumper. It was like, boom! He's like right there, but Jay was smart enough to just slow down, stay on the tires, but Dorr was right there all of a sudden. It was like, boom, boom, boom.
Right,
You know,
right.
I mean, that restart, I mean, it was like, you know, lights out. He was there. So, other than that, what is your key takeaways?
Did Jim Campbell get third? He got third, didn't he? Because
So,
Flynn got second, Campbell got third, Burdick got fourth.
Campbell,
So,
and he led the majority of laps.
I was
I mean,
surprised.
it was so many cautions, you can't
there
tell you,
was.
but
he held off Burdick, right? So
Right.
that you know, I want Burdick. I'm a Burdick fan, right? I'm a Sobraski fan. I'm all their fans, but Burdick's racing for the title. He helps out Campbell. He's got to be thinking, man, he held me up for a long time. I'm done helping that dude. But great race for Jim Campbell, getting a podium finish at the Labor Day Shootout as well.
yeah. So a lot of money on the line, a lot of paychecks, and I mean, I think all in all, like I said, pretty good weekend. The wind. So we had this drought all summer, but since about August 1st, it's been wind. And same thing tonight. It was windy all day. A couple of sprinkles, not on the forecast, like yesterday. A couple of sprinkles not on the forecast. But all in all, I think, I mean, like I said, I give them a 7 out of a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, like I said, you can't predict the weather. You know, Hibbing, like I said, smooth, dry. Racers kind of expect that.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's probably not my favorite invitational to watch, but it worked out. There was some good racing. It wasn't all bad. There was some good races. There was some that kind of make you scratch your head. You know, it just wasn't good. There was some caution-filled ones.
Yeah.
But overall, you know, it was great being up here at the Hibbing Raceway. All the people. I mean, I came up here not necessarily for the races. This is my stomping ground, so it's kind of nice to be back home and around a whole bunch of people. You know, I didn't give a shout-out to Mike Mackey last night, who gave me the intel there on something. So our buddy Mike, it was always good to see him. And, you know, there's just a lot of people. So fun to come up here. And I'm looking forward to the rest of invitational season. I can tell you
totally.
that.
So am I. Good to see you since the NLRA show in Grand Rapids in May. We haven't seen each other. So
Every week on the show, but not in person.
yeah,
right?
not in person. So battery again. Everyone. So
And I think that was Chad Finkbone's retirement party right there. I think he's done.
Yeah, it
I think
sounds
he
like-
locked
yeah,
up the
sounds
national
like
championship. Chasten is taking over that car, so a great way to cap it off for Finkbone in 40.
yeah, totally. So, all right. It's Ryan Nail. It's Spook. It's the One to Go show. Thank you for joining us. Keep in touch. Invitational season. We're going to have all kinds of coverage. One to Go show will be posted on Tuesday. Catch us there. We'll see you all in the next video.